Hey team, just thought I'd jump on quickly and just do a bit of a created recipe demonstration on Zoom. So one of my customers, Phillips, asked me to personalize his gluten-free bread recipe so he can cook it on his Thermomix. So that's what I'm going to walk you guys through now. So what I've got is his recipe shared with me. And then I've also got my Cookidoo open as well on the on Thermomix Cookidoo. Then we go into my recipes. Then we go into created recipes, and there is a little green plus that will pop up here, and that is to create our recipe. So the recipe, we're going to call it Phillips gluten-free bread. Done. So if you had already pre-made your bread and you had a photo, you could add your own photo. I've just taken a photo off the internet, so that'll go on for this photo. And you can crop it down. You could put a picture of you holding your gluten-free bread. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so once that loads, it'll come up to there. So we can put in here, is it for a TM6 and the preparation time? So let's say 10 minutes. And total time, I don't know, 10 minutes. So the good thing with this is that we can go in and we can go and change the portions or prep time, total time, sorry, all of that stuff. So once that's done, I'm going to add the ingredients. And I've just got a list of ingredients next to me. So it's up to you if you want to still measure by cups and teaspoons and tablespoons, or if you want to go and convert that all to grams, you can. So it's got all-purpose flour and all-purpose gluten-free flour, and it's also got 3 1/8, I think, teaspoons of xanthan gum. And yeah, xanthem's really common in gluten-free cooking. It helps to bind your dough. And then you've got 3 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. And I think it says 3/8 teaspoon of cream of tartar. Then we have 37 grams, very precise, of sugar and 18 grams of salt. It says kosher salt, so let's write that in. Then 2 1/4 cups. That's been warmed. And 84 grams of unsalted butter. And 1 1/2 teaspoons apple cider vinegar. And finishing with 75 or 3 egg whites. And toasted sesame seed sprinkling. Great. So once you've got all the ingredients in, what you can do is start working on your method. And first step is grease a 9 by 5 inch loaf tin and plus. And because we don't need a kitchen mixer or a cake mixer for this recipe, we're literally going to do the dough mode to do the kneading for the bread. So we'll put, you can weigh the yeast. Should be able to pick it up. It's not working. And yeast, flour, xanthan, cream of tartar, and sugar into the bowl. And so when we turn on our Thermomix, it will have the scales there and it will bring up all the ingredients and just weigh. Add the salt and whisk again. So then you can say, now we're going to mix that on. Move you out of the way. So speed 4 for 10 seconds. No temperature. And 10 seconds speed 4, and then it says to add salt. And mix again, but let's, for the sake of time, just put salt up here. Once we've mixed that, we can add the warmed milk, butter, vinegar, and egg whites. And I would say mix on the dough mode for 2 minutes. Once that's done, we can transfer onto a bread mat and to proof for 30 minutes. Then shape and place into bread tin. And let rise to almost the top of the tin. Then preheat oven to, it says 375. I think that's about 200 degrees Celsius. And we're going to move this step up to the top and then place. Oops. Place into the oven for 45 minutes. Check on time if needed. And once it's cooked for a long, remove from the oven and leave to cool slightly for 10 minutes. Great. So that is our recipe. We can confirm. So now we've got our steps. Now I wanted to preheat the oven probably a little bit before that. So we can edit that and go steps and change the order. So we should be able to drag that up a couple of times. Why are you not working for us? Oh, there we go. Need to see that little green line. So cool. So the oven will be preheated before we are proving the dough. So that gives us half an hour of the oven preheating. And we can go done. Now, other things you can do is add some tips down the bottom. So you can say to freeze, freeze, full completely, and then slice, wrap tightly, and freeze. Roast as many slices as you need in the toaster. Okay. Great. So if we go done, now that just shows us a gluten-free bread. So what I'll do is we're going to go check how that looks on our Thermomix. So turn on my machine. Get our, so I can still stop sharing here. And I'll remove my background. Cool. And we'll bring you over to see the Thermomix. The lighting is pretty reflective, but that's okay. So how I find this recipe now is going into my 3 lines, then my recipes, my created recipes. When the Cookidoo is connected, come on, and jump back out. So the 3 lines, my recipes, created recipes, and then it should have Philip's. Does that look better? Philip's bread coming up soon, hopefully. All right, team. So here's Philip's gluten-free bread. And it's going to look slightly different to our normal Cookidoo recipes.
Recording in progress.
So here it is. Here's the picture, and Philip could go and put his own picture. We've got our prep time, total time, serving sizes, our ingredients, and our preparation steps, and then also our little tips and tricks down the bottom. And all we do is go start cooking. Okay. So telling us to grease a loaf tin. Add the yeast, flour, xanthan salt, cream of tartar, and sugar into the bowl. And so we've got the scales here. We can see what we need to weigh. So you literally go tear, add the flour, add the xanthan, add the yeast, add all the things. Once you've done that, then you go next. Oh, yep, next. And then blend 10 seconds, speed 4. Go to the blender, 10 seconds, speed 4, presets it for you. Then you go next. Add the warm milk, butter, vinegar, and egg whites. So we're going to weigh in those other ingredients. And already preset for 2 minutes. Then you go next, preheat your oven, and then transfer this onto a bread mat and leave to proof for 30 minutes. Then we're going to shape it into the bread tin and leave to rise into almost the top of the tin. And place into the oven for 45 minutes and check. Prolonged time if needed. Remove the loaf tin from the oven and leave to cool slightly for 10 minutes, and then there you go. So nice and easy. So I'd really recommend you guys having a go at making your own created recipes on Cookidoo. Have a play. The good thing is once you've started it, you can always go back in and edit it as well. So yeah, hope that's helpful. See you guys.